Okay, so we've finished 20 rows of knit, and the next thing we're going to do is add in some texture. Okay, so because we're experimenting here, we're going to bend the rules any way we like. Typically, if you were adding in texture, you might do it by changing the stitch, but you would keep the wool and the knitting needle size the same. But we're not so bothered about that. So what we're going to do is we will keep the knitting needle size the same, but we're going to add in some different materials. So as an example, this is cotton. It's actually cotton that's used in packing, so it's like a cotton twine. And then this is a synthetic ribbon, so we're going to knit with these guys and see how this changes our piece. So typically when you join a material, you will start by knitting for a couple of stitches both strands together. You could tie a knot, but then you're left with the knot sticking out someplace in your finished piece. You can decide either to tie a knot like so, joining the two pieces together, or I'm going to show you joining them this way. So you'll have a double thickness of yarn for a couple of stitches, and then we'll just continue only with the cotton. Okay, let's get started. So what you just need to remember is that I'm going to come back and I'll cut this tail in a minute, but first of all, you're just going to bring both threads around together for a couple of stitches. So you'll see here that you're bringing both up together. So we're going to do this so you let your tail drop there. We're going to do this a couple of times, and this just secures. I'm going to do it for 3 stitches, and then after the third one, I'm going to drop my first material and I'm going to work just with my new material. You see? And you just move along. Visually, it looks very similar. The color is the same. If you were to feel it though, the texture is completely different. So we're working exclusively now with our cotton, and if I flip it over, you'll see here, this is the tail of the cotton, and then this is the tail of the wool. And then when we finished our pieces, you might decide that you want the tails to hang, or with your tapestry needle, we can weave them into the back. Okay, so let's keep going. I'm going to knit a few more rows so you can see what it's going to look like in terms of the texture changing, but nothing else. So not the needle size and pretty much not the color.